Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of Maine Coon cats and comparing them to your everyday feline friends. Prepare to be amazed by the striking distinctions. In this video, we'll be delving deep into the world of cats, focusing on the unique features that set Maine Coons apart from what we commonly consider a regular cat. Before we embark on this enlightening journey, if you're a fellow cat enthusiast interested in cat breeds and behaviors, you're in the right place. As a devoted cat owner myself, I'm passionate about creating informative cat content. I'm committed to providing you with the most accurate insights, so let's get started. To begin, let's establish what we mean by a regular cat. Typically, when folks mention regular cats, they're referring to the familiar house cat, the kind we've all encountered at some point. You likely have a clear picture of what these everyday cats look like. House cats typically sport short to medium-length fur, although some may have longer coats. This brings us to our first notable difference between Maine Coons and regular cats. Fur. Glorious fur. Maine Coons boast a dense, double-layered coat that ranges from medium to long in length. It's not just for show. This plush fur also equips them to survive freezing temperatures. However, the extra fluff comes at a price. Maine Coons require regular grooming sessions, unlike domestic shorthairs, which can get by with minimal fuss. Another intriguing feature sets Maine Coons apart: their ears. Many Maine Coons have distinctive lynx-like tips, lending them a wild appearance. While not all Maine Coons possess these tips, regular house cats certainly do not. Maine Coon ears tend to be larger, in contrast to the medium-sized ears of their common counterparts. Don't overlook the charming fluffy tufts adorning Maine Coon's ears. Regular cats may also have such tufts, but they're a hallmark of Maine Coons. Focus on their muzzles. Maine Coons boast strong, rectangular profiles with prominent cheekbones, whereas regular cats feature softer muzzles and rounder chins. Another noteworthy feature to distinguish between Maine Coons and typical cats is their tails. Standard domestic cats sport slender, noodle-like tails, while Maine Coons flaunt long, luxurious ones. A fascinating tidbit: some Maine Coons are polydactyl, meaning they possess extra toes. This trait, once common, is now more frequently observed in Maine Coons than in regular house cats. Now, onto the main event: size. Maine Coons typically boast a more robust and muscular build compared to regular cats. The average cat weighs in at 8 to 10 pounds, with females at the lighter end of the spectrum. Their overall length, excluding the tail, typically measures around 18 inches, with a height ranging from 9 to 10 inches. So, how does a regular cat stack up against a Maine Coon? Well, it depends. While not all Maine Coons are giants, they typically range from 10 to 22 pounds. Even the smaller Maine Coons tend to be larger than your run-of-the-mill house cat, though the difference may not always be glaring. Similar to regular cats, Maine Coon females tend to be smaller. The reasons behind these size differences? That's a mystery only Mother Nature can unravel. However, in terms of length, Maine Coons rank among the longest cats globally, ensuring you'll notice a significant difference. To offer a clearer perspective, let's visually compare a small Maine Coon with a typical cat. While differences remain subtle in some cases, intermediate size ranges reveal a more noticeable contrast. Now, let's talk about the heavyweight Maine Coons. These gentle giants can tip the scales at around 22 pounds, boasting lengths of approximately 32 inches and heights of nearly 16 inches. A substantial difference compared to your standard cat. Remarkably, some Maine Coons can exceed these measurements, reaching a staggering 25 to 30 pounds or more, and these aren't overweight cats. If you're hoping to welcome a colossal Maine Coon into your life, consider their lineage. Bigger parents often yield bigger kittens, although it's not an absolute guarantee. The quality of their diet plays a role too, with higher quality foods providing essential nutrients for healthy growth. Additionally, male Maine Coons tend to outsize females. Let's delve into other crucial differences. Maine Coons are more susceptible to developing HCM, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, than regular cats, which can significantly impact their lifespan. They also mature at a slower pace than house cats, reaching their full size between 3 to 5 years of age, meaning they'll retain their playful kitten-like antics longer. Maine Coons boast higher energy levels, demanding more interactive playtime. Be prepared for larger litter boxes, more extensive toy collections, and taller cat trees, all of which require additional financial investment. Furthermore, Maine Coons thrive outdoors and may not adapt well to apartment living, especially in confined spaces. Their intelligence stands out as well. They can learn tricks and even walk on a leash, often exhibiting dog-like behaviors. Before concluding, consider a pivotal question: should you welcome a Maine Coon into your life? Several factors come into play, including the space you have available, as Maine Coons generally require more room to roam. If you have other pets or plan to introduce them, this is another crucial consideration. There's much to contemplate, but I'll be addressing this topic in a dedicated video soon, so be sure to subscribe if you're eager to learn more.